Okay, so I know this is a bold claim, but you actually can stay motivated pretty much all of the time. Now, here's the deal though, it's not going to happen from the typical conventional way that motivation is talked about. The problem with motivation is that it's an extremely fragile state of mind. Have you noticed that? Where one day you're ready to conquer the world, you're ready to hit the gym, lose those extra pounds, tackle your business, make more money, and do the things that are most important to you, and you're just all in. But then the next day, you kind of get hit with the exact opposite, where you're like feeling apathetic or doubtful, and all you want to do is curl up on your couch and kind of be a victim and like eat a big box of donuts, right? Human beings are inherently kind of bipolar like that, where motivation comes and goes, it waxes and it wanes. So you can't stay motivated using the typical state of mind that we associate with motivation. It has to come from a different place. And what I've discovered in my life is that it's much healthier and much more effective if you start to think of motivation as a frequency of reality that you tap into rather than a state of mind. And along these lines, I tend to distinguish between motivation and inspiration. Inspiration is, as I define it, very much like a state of reality. It can be defined as like the backbone of your human experience, where that's just who you are, is an inspired human being, and it has nothing at all to do with your circumstances or even your thoughts or feelings. It's being generated from a deeper, kind of unconditional place inside of you. Now, here's the irony about this whole conversation, that a lot of people tell me, you know, it's really hard. It's really hard to be motivated all the time or to be inspired all the time. It feels really like inaccessible or just like impossible, right? And the irony is that your natural state, who you really are, is actually that. Like your core essence is steeped in qualities like motivation or inspiration, intelligence, love, creativity, being solution oriented. At your core, that's who you actually are. So when you say it's like, oh, it's really hard to be inspired all the time, what you're really saying is it's actually hard to be myself, to be me. So I want you to start thinking of it in this way, that instead of trying to pile on these new attributes or qualities that you feel like you don't have, start removing that which blocks you from your natural state. And the more you do that, the more you're going to find that inspiration is just what's left. And it can't be damaged, it can't be blocked, it can't be undermined. Even if you're having doubtful thoughts, or even if something happens out there in the outer world that could take you off track, who you are in your core is steeped in this quality of inspiration. That is the ideal to strive for as a human being, where instead of piling on all these new qualities, you're just removing that which blocks your infinite power. And we all have this. We all come into this world getting layered with conditioning and teachings that take us out of who we really are and that make us buy into a limited version of ourselves. The more you clear that stuff out, what's left is this natural state of inspiration. So stop worrying about being motivated and stop thinking of it in terms of it's an on-off thing. It's something that's this extremely fragile, fleeting state of mind. Start to think of it as a state of reality, a frequency that you tap into, and that's going to stabilize it in your experience, and you'll be able to stay inspired regardless of what happens in your life. And that is a very, very cool place to live in. That is where you tap into higher levels of abundance, of power, of being just a new kind of person, a new kind of leader in your life that people can look up to you. But you have to train yourself to remove that which blocks it. So that's my tip for you today, is think of it in this way and amazing things will happen. So I'm going to leave a link to my new book, The Instant Upgrade, under this video if you want to learn more about this subject, and I'd love to help you out. So Kevin Doherty here, thanks so much, and I'll talk to you soon. All the best.